Andrew Wiggins made the list of #1 draft picks who won a championship, joining LeBron, Hakeem, Magic, Kareem, and many legendary players. From 2014 to 2020, Andrew Wiggins carried the burden of being a #1 overall pick with just one playoff appearance with the Timberwolves. He was the 2015 Rookie of the Year, landed a max contract extension, but never made an All-Star appearance. In 2020, the Warriors traded D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves in exchange for Wiggins. Last year, Wiggins grew into the second-best offensive player next to Stephen Curry. With Klay Thompson back this year, the Warriors look like their old dynasty, with Wiggins taking the next step towards making the All-Star team for the first time in his career. Today's video will be about whether the Warriors should re-sign Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins shined in the playoffs by playing great defense, and at times leading the team in rebounding. In the conference finals, Wiggins recorded 27 points and 11 rebounds to help the Warriors take a 3-0 lead. Another standout performance featured 17 points and 16 rebounds in a crucial Game 4. He followed that with 26 points and 13 rebounds in a Game 5 win and 18 points in 44 minutes of action in Game 6. Now the big question comes, will the Warriors re-sign him or trade him? Smiling, looking proud, perhaps even relieved, as Andrew Wiggins sat at the podium with his championship hat and championship tee and showed off the Canadian flag, it was a crowning dream realized, Maple Jordan having the last laugh. Impacting the game on all levels, Wiggins finished with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks in Game 6 of the NBA Finals to help Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors clinch yet another title and forever put to bed the notion that he hasn't lived up to the expectations of being a top draft selection in 2014 or receiving a rookie max contract extension in 2017. In doing so, he has earned the respect of many and turned haters into believers. Over and over in a Golden State uniform, Wiggins has had sequences that spell winner. This isn't even to say let's just celebrate these pockets of brilliance because there wasn't much else to talk about. The native of Thornhill, Ontario, was an absolute monster in the Warriors' final 3 games, all wins, averaging 20.3 points, 11.7 rebounds, 3.0 assists, 2.0 steals, and 1.3 blocks, while playing lockdown defense on Jason Tatum, who shot 36.2% for the series. Wiggins was convincingly the second-best Warriors player in the finals and arguably their second most consistent player of the whole playoff run. Imagine that for a second. Wiggins and the word consistent together in a sentence. It's been a minute waiting to see it happen, but it's here and it's spectacular. The 2020-21 NBA season showed an Andrew Wiggins who was learning, growing. Bad habits were being slowly but steadily kicked to the curb and replaced with decisions that suited the best interests of the team. The Warriors knocked on the door of a postseason return, but a swift play-in tournament exit left them licking their wounds. He showed up for Canada's last-chance Olympic qualifier in Victoria, BC, and single-handedly willed them back into the game to force overtime, courtesy of a fadeaway game-tying three-pointer, but the team still fell heartbreakingly short. Another summer with the Dubs structure fully instilled and another training camp, Wiggins was ready to make real winning noise. With Klay Thompson still recovering from first a torn ACL in his left knee and then a ruptured right Achilles tendon, Wiggins took on the required onus and defended opposing teams' best players to help the Warriors look very, very familiar. When he was named an All-Star starter, amid a degree of controversy, it was a coming-of-age moment regardless of what onlookers thought. Things tapered off some when Thompson made his return and Draymond Green missed time through injury, but by then, Golden State goalposts were always going to be within the prism of the playoffs. That vision has now crystallized. Wiggins can be a dependable tertiary scorer, sometimes even a secondary one. He can be a terrific primary defender. He can go get it on the glass possession after possession and night after night. He can make reads that make his teammates better. We can all stand and applaud. "We would not be here without Wiggs," Kerr said. "His defense throughout the playoffs has been amazing. The threat he provides offensively gives us another dynamic. It's just been beautiful to watch him blend in with the core group." A legitimate piece of the puzzle that is the dynastic Warriors. This is the beginning of a new window, not just a final feather in the cap for Golden State. Thompson will enter next season looking to play a full year for the first time since 2018-19. Curry and Green will be themselves. Jordan Poole will be better, so will Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. James Wiseman will re-enter the fold. At his best, which now comes more often than not, Wiggins has proven he can help bridge the gap between good and great. When the Golden State Warriors needed a bucket to stop a 14-2 Boston Celtics run in the opening minutes of Game 6 of the NBA Finals, it was Andrew Wiggins who hit a top-of-the-key three. And when the Warriors needed stops on Jason Tatum, whose superstardom as an almost unguardable scorer is just scratching the surface, it was Wiggins whose number was called. In fact, almost every time the Warriors needed a play during their finals run, an offensive rebound that led to a tip-in bucket, a chase-down block, an isolation basket when the offense stifled, a forced Tatum turnover, Wiggins made it happen. Every team needs a player like Andrew Wiggins. It's an interesting sentence because 2 years ago, the thought would have gotten you laughed out of the building. Wiggins' championship season in San Francisco featured the second worst scoring average of his career and the fewest number of shot attempts per game since his rookie season. Yet, by all accounts, this has been the best basketball of Wiggins' career, and it's not even close. It's because he bought into everything that helps a team win. With Wiggins, it was offensive rebounds against a Celtics team that had the Warriors beaten in the size department. It was defense on Tatum and Luka Doncic in the Western Conference Finals, and whichever offensive threat the Warriors needed him to check. Wiggins tallied 3 blocks and 4 steals in Game 6. As Steve Kerr subbed him out in the fourth quarter for Andre Iguodala gave Wiggins 3 huge high fives, looked him in the eye and said, "What did I tell you?" One could surmise Iguodala told Wiggins if he sacrificed and gave himself to doing the little things, a championship would follow. In some respects, joining the Warriors made Wiggins a rookie once again. He was the number 1 overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft, but he was never a true number 1 player on a championship team. On the Warriors, Wiggins doesn't need to shoulder any offensive load for extended periods of time. The Warriors have too many weapons. Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, whose contract extension could exceed $100 million, all alleviate the pressure Wiggins succumbed to shouldering the load for the T-Wolves years ago. That was then, and this is now, and Wiggins is no longer the same player. He is complete. He is doing everything they said he couldn't do in Minnesota. He is an all-star starter and an NBA champion. Andrew Wiggins was the breakout star of the Warriors' championship run, playing important perimeter defense and complementing Stephen Curry's offense throughout. The small forward has 1 year left before reaching free agency, but he said he doesn't want to go anywhere. On signing a possible extension with the Golden State Warriors, he said, "I would love to stay here. This is top-notch. The way they treat their players, the way they treat your family. We're all one big family." A lot of places might say that, but here, their actions show it. I would love to stay here. The Warriors have won 4 NBA titles in the last 8 years with a 3-year hiatus due to injuries to star players. They should definitely re-sign Wiggins long-term and develop their other young players, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Moses Moody, to build a deep and versatile contender for next season. And what do you guys think? Should the Warriors sign Wiggins? If not, where do you see him going? I would love to hear your opinion, so please let me know what you think in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content.